Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video was a full face get ready with me. I even did my brows on camera. I've had some of you asking me lately, and I had a new brow product to play with you. I played with a lot of the new e.l.f. Electric Mood collection, so lots of first impressions, some hits, some major misses. And yeah, created this look. I'm calling it like a grungy summer look because that's all I can think of. I think it's quite nice, despite the fact that I definitely had some bumps on the road to get here. I like how the overall look came out. Before we hop into the video though, let me just give you my details. My plugs today are Love Kills Boutique. I was technically wearing different plugs during the get ready with me part. Those were also Love Kills Boutique. This choker I got from a local shop in Orlando called Prometheus Esoterica. This hat is from Foxblood Shop, and this shirt is from T Public. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in. I did my full face, we chit-chatted, got ready together, and it was a good time. So go ahead and get your makeup if you're playing with me. Put me on in the background if you're doing dishes or something. Let's just hang out. Ooh, hello. I look like, I don't know, like I'm a zombie or something. My hair is crazy. I have not styled it yet. I went on a run this morning and then I took a shower and now I'm here. Have my coffee and everything. Oh, we're getting ready together. I haven't done a lick of makeup. I figured I would do eyebrows with you because there is an eyebrow product in this e.l.f. collection. And there's a primer. It's the Electric Mood Primer. It's the Illuminating Elixir. Have not used any of these things yet except for the brow product. So all of this is new to me. All right, let's just see what this is all about. Oh, barely anything came out of that. Maybe that's for the best though. This seems like it's very, I don't know, a lot. Has a weird smell to it. I feel like it's supposed to smell good, but I don't really think it smells that good. It just smells like, I don't know, just very fragrant. I don't know how to explain it. I like how glowy that is though, and it leaves kind of a tackiness behind. A very similar feeling to like the Glossier Future Dew. All right, for brows, it is this brow wax, and I've already gotten it wet. There was this little brush, so I just kind of go to my sink and I wet this brush and just kind of swirl it around until it's all waxy and gooey, and then I wet the spoolie, which I've already done. So I'm just gonna kind of load this wax up on the spoolie. I really like the bushy brow look. I usually do it by using my NYX brow glue at the end of doing my brows, but now that I have a wax, I can kind of take a different approach. I used this for the first time yesterday and I really liked it. It really fluffed my brows up and kind of kept them in place. And I've been wanting to try one. I've had the Colourpop one on my radar for a while. I just haven't made a order. Maybe I'll make an order today because there's a couple random things on Colourpop's site that I really want. Maybe I will do that. How are you doing, by the way? What's today? Today's Thursday the 29th. I'm getting ready for work. I think this video is going up next week, but I'm not positive. As usual, my filming list is a million miles long, and I'm really trying hard to get through it so I can be, I don't know, super caught up. Do you hear Kanade meowing? She wanted to hang out in here with me today. This gives me flashbacks to when I used to try to do like special effects makeup, even though I'm not good at it. And I would try to block out my brows. This is like what you would start with. Yeah, this is the little brow wax. And now I'm gonna go in with my brow pen. This is the NYX Ash Brown Lift and Snatch. Yes, ma'am? Yes? You have a lot to talk about this morning. Do you wanna be let out? You don't? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see if she wants to go out. Oh, she sure did. She did not want to be in here with me anymore. She's like, oh, you're working? That's boring. All right, this is my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen in the shade Ash Brown. And what I do going forward, let me get these darn bangs out of my face. They're crazy right now. I just kind of go through and draw little hair strokes wherever I see major gaps in my brows. Been rewatching How I Met Your Mother lately, and now I'm resisting the urge to say major gaps. Have you guys watched Fear Street on Netflix, the new horror trilogy? I already talked about this in my monthly favorites, so you might have already heard me talk about it, but I want to talk about it again because it was so good. I loved the characters, the actors were awesome. I just thought it was really entertaining, you know? But again, like I said in my monthly favorites, I don't want to talk too in detail about it because I don't want to give spoilers. But please watch it if you're into spooky stuff. I thought it was so good. And there we have it, a nice filled in brow as opposed to this scary sparse monstrosity we got going on here. This is pretty much how I've been doing my brows for the last while. The only difference is I usually start with the NYX Brow Mascara and just kind of like get them pulled up and a little bit filled with the fibers to start with instead of this clear wax. Then I do this step, then I would go in with the NYX Brow Glue to spike them up, but I don't really need the NYX Brow Glue when I'm using this e.l.f. wax. My brows were sticking up straight all day yesterday. It looked so good. I know bushy brows are controversial, not everyone likes them, but I love them. I think they're great. And honestly, my bangs pretty much cover them anyways, so it doesn't even matter, does it? So now what I do is I take my concealer. I'm still using the Rare Beauty one in the shade 130N. Shout out to Justine for gifting this to me. Justine, if you watch this, thank you again. I'm so obsessed with this concealer. But I just take a little angled brush and I just do a quick little tidy up under my brow. Just like that. I don't like to clean up the top part. I like the top part to stay just more natural looking, but I want the underneath to look nice and clean because sometimes I get a little messy. If the top ever does get dirty, I just kind of, I say dirty, I meant messy. I just kind of take my finger and wipe at it. Reasons why I like to do my brows before I do my complexion makeup. Now that this primer's been sitting on my skin for a while, I don't think it's nearly as glowy or tacky as the Glossier Future Do. It still has a little bit of tackiness, but not nearly the same. And I feel like there isn't that much glow to my skin right now. It's very, very minimal. It's not necessarily bad, but I do like more of a glow. And if you're gonna call something an illuminating elixir, I feel like I want there to be more glow to it than what is happening right now. But we'll see. I'll keep playing around with it and just kind of see how I feel. Maybe I'll mix it with my Glossier one, who even knows. You make my bangs look a little less scary. Moving right along, I'm just gonna go right in with that concealer again. I've been skipping foundation for probably close to 2 months now, if not 2 months, because I just don't feel like wearing it in the summer. That is just how it is. I like to just hit up certain spots, like I've been breaking out down here. Make sure my creases of my nose are covered because they turn red. And I'm just gonna blend that out. This is an Alter Ego number 4 brush. Do you have anything fun happening in August, since this video is going up in August? I think all we have planned is we're going to Universal again at the beginning of August with Zane's sister and her best friend Maddie. Maddie's never been to Universal. I'm pretty sure she's just never been. And she's super excited. She's so excited to see Harry Potter World. And I'm so excited to go with someone who hasn't been before. And I just love hanging out with Zane's sister Malia. She's so fun. And I just love that as time goes by, we get closer and closer with her. And since she doesn't live here in Florida, it's nice to see her when we can. Her birthday was just yesterday, actually, on the 28th. Happy 22nd birthday, Malia. I don't think we have really any other plans for August. We are leaving, I want to say the 31st of August to go see my best friend Christy in North Carolina for a couple days. But all that middle stuff, I don't really know what we're doing. I'm decorating for Halloween. August 1st is Halloween 1st in the Beautbean household. Although I'm not decorating on August 1st because we have plans this Sunday, but I am gonna decorate on my day off on Tuesday. Thank you very much. Okay, I do want to set just my under eyes so I don't crease while I do all of my creams. I decided let's use the KVD translucent powder because it's been a while. I'm just gonna take that on this Colourpop F32, just a little bit of it. I don't want to be too crazy with it. And I'm just popping this right at that inner part of my eye, just so that I don't get creasy while working on the creams of my face. I am gonna go ahead and actually hit up my smile lines because sometimes I get creasy there too. Because I'm just so happy, you know? It's actually a huge perk of not wearing foundation much right now is I don't really deal with the smile lines while I'm getting ready, especially like filming a get ready with me video because I'm so talky and chatty and I get creasy. All right, so we have this e.l.f. De La Soul Cream Face Quad. And I will say, because I have already filmed my swatches of the products in this collection for my upcoming new makeup releases video. I cannot get this open for the life of me. And the swatches of the highlight in here were kind of gross. Like they looked gray, even though it doesn't really look gray in the pan, but everything else seemed okay. So I'm gonna try to use this bronzer and I think the brighter blush. So let's just see how it goes. For the bronzer, I'm gonna use this number 2 brush from Alter Ego. It's just like a big, fluffy, kind of stippling brush, but not quite. It's like in between a fluffy and a stippling. Just gonna pop some of that product right on there. Let's do my chin first in case all goes wrong. That'll be a lot easier to wipe away than right on my face. I've been so into creams again. Like, I feel like I'm always into cream makeup over the last like year and a half, 2 years. But I go through phases where I kind of mix and match both, or I just do powders. Right now, I only want creams. Like, that's all I care about right now. I feel like this color actually looks okay. I went in with a very light amount because I was scared it would be a little too dark for me. So with a light hand, that actually doesn't look horrible. I like my Milk Makeup bronzing stick, I think, a little bit better as far as the color goes, but this is not bad. Just gonna make sure I'm careful with the amount that I use. I feel like it does look a little muddy on my nose. I will have to just add extra blush. I'm really interested in that new Glossier glowy bronzery type product. It kind of looks like a blush bronzer hybrid. I can't remember what they call it. Don't know if I'm gonna pick it up, but it does have my attention. And I wanted to try the e.l.f. putty, but I heard such like hit or miss things. And I really don't need a million bronzers. Like, I've done a good job not collecting 5,000 bronzers, unlike the rest of my collection. So I was trying to hold off, and the hit or miss reviews kind of helped solidify that. You know who I want to come out with bronzers? Melt Cosmetics. I think they would come out with beautiful glowy bronzers, cream or powder, honestly. I still need to try their cream blushes. Maybe next time they have a sale, I will pick one up. Yeah, I don't hate this bronzer. I think that's kind of nice actually, and it blended really soft. So that makes me wonder, would the e.l.f. putty one work okay? Because this e.l.f. works fine. I don't know if it's the same formula though. So for blush, I'm gonna use the brighter one of the two because I'm just not really feeling this color today, but that is really pretty. And I'll try to use the stippling brush that came in the collection. There isn't a name on it, it's just this stippling brush. Don't know how this is gonna go. We shall see. I have another brush ready to use in case this one isn't working out for me. This actually seems like it's applying pretty nicely. It's just stippling across my nose, really cute. Gonna add a little bit to the tip of my nose too, just to help with that weird bronzer situation. Although I'm not positive that helped. Hopefully highlight will save the day, question mark. Been back in home decor mode again. Been trying to vlog as I think about it. Because I was going hard on the home decor for probably the first 5 or 6 weeks of moving into our home. And then I just needed a break from it because, I mean, 1, it's expensive, and 2, it's kind of exhausting. Like, planning and decorating and building stuff, it's a lot. So I took a break, but I've kind of been back at it. Partially because we knew that Maddie and Malia were gonna be staying with us the night before we leave, and I want my guest room to look cute. So I started working on that. Mounted the TV in our bedroom finally. It makes our room look so much bigger just having it like up on the wall. It's crazy. And now I have a beautiful mantle right underneath it to decorate for Halloween in a couple days. I can't believe I get to decorate in a couple days. I know that I could decorate year round if I wanted to, and I do keep the house spooky year round. Don't get me wrong, but August 1st is when I bring out the pumpkins and the orange and the like actual like Halloween decor. Because I do like to keep it special for the time of year. I'll do spooky year round for sure, 100%. Like, there are skulls. And I mean, my bedroom is like Tim Burton themed. We have black and white striped wallpaper and everything, but nothing beats the cuteness of Halloween. I like this blush. I think it's pretty. And it blended onto the skin really nice. And I do like this brush. I could see this becoming my go-to cream blush brush. Blush brush is the hardest thing to say in the English language. Okay, I will try this highlight, but if all else fails, I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty one because I'm obsessed with it. This is an old Morphe brush. It's an E8. I don't really shop from Morphe anymore, but I don't like throwing away brushes that are working good either. Oh, this is okay actually. So far I don't hate that. It's not as bright as I want. I still might go in with my Rare Beauty one, but we'll see. It's nice to switch it up every so often too, Betty Jean. You know what I really need to do, but I don't want to? I really need to write down like an extensive inventory of my entire makeup collection so that I can check off when I use something, so that I can know if I'm properly rotating my products. And then when it comes time to declutter at the end of every year, because I just personally like to do that, I can visually see like, okay, you have literally not used this since January of 2018. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Just so I can see what's actually being used and what is just sitting around doing nothing. This highlight's okay. It's pretty. It looks just soft and glowy. It's a little subtle for my taste, but I'm not hating it. I think it looks okay. So now I just want to take my NYX High Glass powder, the finishing powder, not the illuminating powder. I get asked fairly often which one I use. It's the finishing, not the illuminating. Just so I can press this on my face very lightly, just so that my face isn't sticky for the rest of the day, because I do work today and I don't like to have a sticky face. I like cream products, but I do not like a sticky face. And this product is great just because it still leaves a very glowy finish, but it helps me not feel so sticky. I mean, I'm still a little bit sticky, but not nearly as bad, so that helps. And yes, I did avoid my forehead this whole time because my bangs cover it anyways. If you have bangs, maybe you do the same thing. Okay, fake freckles. I felt like busting out my Lottie London one again. It's getting pretty low. It's not like in its prime anymore, but I was actually reorganizing my makeup drawers back here and I saw that I still had a little bit of it, so I was like, you know what? Let's bust that out again, why not? And I like to just do some dots, and then I just kind of take my hand. I used to just take my finger, but I honestly kind of like just taking all of my fingers very lightly across. I'm gonna have to probably redo my highlight. But I find if I just take all of my fingers, it disperses it. Ew, I said that so weird. Disperses the product around really nicely and more organically than if I just do a finger. So I feel like sometimes if you use just a finger, it comes out very precise. I'm gonna add my fake beauty mark and then intensify the ones that already live here. So add a couple going up towards my forehead, just a little bit. Couple right on my cheeks. I'm happy to report I haven't had fake freckle hate comments in a very long time. Where are you hiding at? Actually, I don't know if I really need to redo anything. Sometimes when I do creams and then do my freckles, sometimes I have to redo some stuff, but I feel like my face looks pretty nice. It's very soft, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe we'll go pretty bold with the eyes to make up for it. Gonna lightly tap this guy out. I like that to stay pretty prominent. Setting spray. I'm just gonna use my 4th Ray Beauty Glisten Up Illuminating Mist, and then we'll move on to the eyes. All right, so we're gonna use the, what's this called? Okay, this is called the Feeling Lucky palette from the Electric Mood collection. And again, I did already swatch this for my upcoming Roundup review video, and I will say the mattes felt okay, but some of these shimmers are very dry. Like this is such a dry shimmer. It leaves a pretty kind of toppery finish, but I don't know. Some of these shimmers seem like they're gonna be more impactful and some of them seem like they're gonna be very, very subtle. So we'll see what we can do. I feel like I wanna do kind of a purpley blue look. That might be kind of pretty. I kind of want to play with that yellow in there as well. Inconclusive, not sure what we're gonna do yet. Let me prime with my Smashbox lid primer in light. I'm gonna blend it out and I'm not gonna set it because I don't prefer to do that. There's also a glitter in this collection. It's this, what are you called? I don't exactly know like the name of it, but it's like the eye and body glitter paste. I actually used this a couple times on my eyes when we were at Universal for a couple days for our anniversary, because I just don't ever feel like putting in a lot of makeup effort at a theme park, especially in summer in Florida. No thank you. It rains, it pours, it's not pleasant. But what I would do is I would just kind of take a little bit of it on my finger and just kind of tap it around, and I just had like really soft glittery eyes, not chunky, and it was kind of iridescent looking. It wasn't crazy pigmented, more like there wasn't like a background color to it. I feel like I'm explaining that so horribly, and it's beautiful. So I might top a little of that on top of whatever I do today because it's beautiful. I almost put that in my monthly favorites, but I just feel like I need to use it a little bit more first, and I have yet to try this on top of eyeshadow, so a lot of factors. There are also 2 brushes that came with this collection, that came with that stippling brush. This one's just like a huge fluffy brush. Like it's almost too big for my eye and I have big eyes. And then a quite large pencil brush. So I'll try to incorporate these. All right, let's see. I guess let's start with Summer Fruit right here, this purpley shade. I'm gonna focus that on the outer part of my eye. I'm also a little nervous about this palette because I really did not enjoy the e.l.f. J. Kissa palette, and that's the only eyeshadow palette I think I've ever tried from them. I used to collect loose shadows way back in the day when I was first getting into makeup, when I was like leaving hair school. It was, I think, early 2014, because that was like towards the end of my time finishing up hair school. So I collected those, but that doesn't really count. That was 5,000 years ago. But yeah, regardless, I did not like the e.l.f. J Kissa palette, so I'm a little nervous about this one. Just using this blending brush. This is the MOTD Blending Bestie brush. I want to focus that out here. So far, so good. I'm not mad yet. You know what? Let's just do both eyes at the same time. I never do that on camera anymore, but because this palette might be tricky for me to work with, I want to keep everything going at the same time, because if I have to like change course, it's easier to do that, and then I won't have to remember 500 steps. For the record, I usually only just do one eye at a time because it's easier to edit in my like normal life. For instance, if I'm getting ready and I don't have to film it for whatever reason, I film 99% of my looks, and if I don't film it, it's usually very basic. I do both eyes at the same time, but it makes editing easier to only focus on one eyeball. Okay, so far so good. I'm not angry. We're off to a good start. I want to take the yellow now called, what are you called? I think it's just called Yellow Tie. It's really hard to see the names on this because it's like a very bright fluorescent yellowy green with just white writing. I'm going to take that on that giant blending brush that came with the collection. And I want to focus that mostly just here in the front. I don't really want it to flow into the purple too much. I want to keep them pretty separate just because yellow and purple are complementary colors. They're opposite on the color wheel. So if you blend them together too much, they can muddy out. It's just how it goes. That's color theory, folks. And I do have a whole color theory series on my channel where I explain all the colors of the rainbow and what is hard to blend with and what's easiest to blend with. I feel like my eye primer looks chunky on my eye right now, and I don't know why that is. It's never happened before in my life. Okay, so I want to take this dark shade now called Heart of Man right here. I think it's a black. I can't remember if it's a black or a really dark purple or something. I'm just gonna take that giant pencil brush from before, and I wanna focus that just out here. Yeah, I think that's a black. Just wanna have a really deep outer corner. I'll pop the smidgiest of it down here. That's a new word, smidgiest. Have you done anything fun this summer? Are you a summer person, or are you like me and just trying to get through it to get back to fall? I'm gonna take a little bit more purple on this brush. I feel like I truly wouldn't hate summer so much if it wasn't for the swampiness of Florida. And on top of that, I live in Central Florida, so there's just like no beach around, which I don't like the beach, but with the beach comes a breeze, and we don't have a breeze here. It's just swampy. Oh man, I feel like I'm already having blending issues. I'm just trying to go in very, very lightly, teensy bits at a time. I'm trying not to load my brush up with too much product. Okay, yeah, I think I'm getting it back. Although I'm losing that purple feel. That black definitely took over, even though I did not use very much of it. That's okay, that's just how it goes sometimes. e.l.f. does a lot of things right in my book. I just feel like their eyeshadows and me don't get along very well. If they work for you, that's amazing because they're so affordable. And they come out with really cute color stories, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm getting some bad patchiness issues. I might have to throw glitter on this. It's like the go-to. If something isn't working out, just pile glitter on the outer corner. Or throw on a big wing. Maybe I'll do a big winged liner or something. It's not horrible though. It was definitely a million times worse with the J Kissa palette. I was not doing well. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it for right now, even though that does not look great. Let's see. I really like this pound coin shade, and this one I remember actually felt pretty creamy to the touch. But I do want to play with this turquoise shift topper as well. Don't know what I want. Maybe I could cut it with the turquoise shift, see if that works, then have it fade down into the coin shade. I need to clean my brushes. I'm running out of flat brushes to do cut creasy stuff with. I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer in this flat brush from Spectrum. It's the A16. I'm just going to plop some of that glue on and stamp it across my lid, and I just go right above my natural crease and follow the roundness of my eyeball. And I'm gonna go about halfway through where that dark stuff is really starting, because I'm not afraid to cover some of that up. All right, let's take turquoise shift just on that same sticky brush. Okay, I'm trying to like really load it up on my brush because it feels so hard. All right, let's just start cutting. Okay, so this can be pretty cute when used in like thicker increments. Just gonna follow that line. I love blue and yellow next to each other. I think it's gorgeous. I'm just gonna follow this right till about here. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more of it and really pack it on the front third of my eye. I'm going in with a lot of shadow every time, just so you know. It's not like a tiny dip goes a long way. I have to really like get it in there. Kind of like that, so it's a little bit kind of at a diagonal kind of shape. Let me get a different brush now. I'm gonna take just a little bit more glue on this brush. It's an Odin's Eye FR4. Just something a little bit denser so I can focus on the bottom because that one's very blued up. And I'm gonna dip into Pound Coin now. Yeah, this one's so creamy. I barely dip my brush in. Yeah, do you see that? What a difference. Why couldn't they have done this formula throughout the palette? And I mean, again, the blue looks cute in theory on my eye, but it requires a lot. Like there's a huge dent in that pan already. And I try not to be that complainy. And I'm not really complaining, I'm just kind of stating the facts. I feel like the blue looks so lackluster next to this shade now. I'm gonna kind of just drag right on the seam between the two so it can kind of flow. And maybe just look like a pop of blue right in the front, but mostly this Pound Coin shade because this shade's beautiful. That looks good. I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush now and just very, 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 very lightly, cannot stress that enough, just running it right here so that it can flow from matte to shimmer nicely. Yeah, I feel like my crease work looks a little bit better now that there's all this on my lid. That's pretty cute. All right, I got both eyes caught up. I think shy Tamide, I've never seen that word in my life. I'm very sorry. I'm sure the pronunciation police will come and arrest me. I want to use that as my inner corner highlight. I think that's my best shot. Oh, this one seems like it's creamy also. Doesn't seem like a bad shade. Oh, that's cute. Just a nice soft little pop of pink. Nothing too crazy. Definitely got a spot of blue on my cheek. So you know what we're gonna do? Since I have creams and I can't really sweep it away, I'm just gonna pop a freckle on it. Just like that. Easy peasy. Okay, so now that the eyeshadow is done, I do want to top a little of this glitter stuff on my eye because I really want you to see it because it's beautiful. And I also want to test it out on top of eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use my same Odin's Eye brush. And I'm only grabbing from like this part where there's very little product. Ooh, I grabbed too much. And I'm just going to very, very, very lightly just kind of tap this over top. This is advertised to be for, I'm pretty sure it said eyes and body, so I'm assuming this is eye safe. It's a very finely milled glitter, so. All right, just like that. I don't know if you can tell that effect on this eye versus like this eye, but it just added more glitz and glimmer, and it's so pretty. I'm gonna try to hold my eye fairly closed while it dries because I don't want it to move around and make my eyeshadow all creasy and nasty. You know what? We shall see. I feel like this video is like full of hits and misses. All right, so at this moment, I'm going to just go ahead and keep my eyes like kind of closed while this dries, and then I'm going to throw on my lashes, eye pencil, and this gloss from the collection. It's called Brilliant. It looks really cute and very up my alley. I'll be back when I'm complete and my eyes are dry. All right, this is the look completed. I think it's really pretty. I definitely had some hiccups along the way, but I feel like the overall look is really cute. The eye pencil I threw in is NYX's Azure, just because it's a nice metallic blue, and I feel like it goes perfect with that little pop, and I like the way that all tied together. My lashes are the Plush lashes from Alter Ego, and I also forgot to mention there is a mascara in this collection, the Big Mood. As usual, I'm not the biggest mascara person. Like, I use it, obviously, but my natural lashes are very tiny and straight. But I will say, this does make them look just kind of fluffy and spread out. They're still not long or crazy curly by any means, but I like that this didn't make them look clumpy, so that's good. And I went with small lashes because I am wearing glasses today, so I feel like small lashes is the only way to go. This is what it'll be with my glasses later, my cute heart-shaped glasses that I'm now obsessed with. They're from iBuyDirect. I love them, and I can't see, so. And I don't feel like wearing contacts. And then my lip combo is the BFF pencil from Colourpop, and then that Brilliant gloss from e.l.f. This is okay. It feels nice on the lips, but there's really not much sparkle going on. It definitely looks more sparkly in the tube. It just kind of looks, I don't know. There's some sparkle on my lip, but it's fine. It's not my favorite sparkly gloss I've ever used. So yeah, let me zoom out and I'll just give you kind of the quick rundown on what I tried that was new that I'm obsessed with and things that I maybe am not. All right, so that was that. What did you think? How do you like my look? How did you feel about the products? Did you pick any of these up yourself? I would love to hear what your thoughts are down below. The primer I'm kind of indifferent about. Like, it was fine. My makeup applied nice on top of it, I suppose, but I don't know. I just feel like this is a less exciting version of the Glossier Future Dew. I'll play with it a couple more times just to see, maybe pair it with other primers and get a feel for it, but I don't know. I just feel like I like something that's a little more glowy or a little more tacky, and this is just kind of mediocre on both ends, so there's that. The brow wax is pretty cool. I don't know if I'll use this every day because maybe I won't feel like getting up to go to the bathroom to wet it every time, but I'll probably switch between doing this with my brow pen or, like I mentioned before, doing like my brow mascara, brow pen, and then like my NYX brow glue, because I can get a similar effect with both. This does make them pretty bulletproof though. My eyebrows are pretty hard. So yeah, I like this. This is pretty cool. The De La Soul Face Cream Quad is pretty cool. The highlight's a little subtle for my liking. I like something that's a little brighter, but I can't deny that my face looks pretty in my opinion. I like how just dewy and creamy everything looks. I was unsure about the bronzer at first. I felt like the color was a little weird for me, and maybe it is. Maybe it's a little muddy for my skin tone, but I feel like everything blended together looks pretty nice. I do like this blush, and I like that stippling brush that I used with it. I will use this blush at some point as well. So far I'm pretty okay with this. I can't say it's my favorite thing on the planet, but I do enjoy how my face looks right now. It looks nice and soft. The palette, it's not my favorite thing. Like, I mean, I like the look I came out with. I really like this pound coin shade. If all the shimmers in this palette were this formula, I think I would feel a bit differently. The mattes are only okay. I like the yellow, but I don't know. I feel like their mattes just aren't my favorite. I mean, really their shimmers aren't either unless it's this formula, because this choppery blue shade, I don't know if you can tell, but there is such a dent in here compared to the other shadows, because I really had to dig my brush in to get impact to do this little bitty line on my lid. I don't know. Their formulas just aren't my favorite. It's not the worst palette I've ever used. It's definitely better than the e.l.f. J. Kissa one in my opinion, but I don't know. It's not my favorite thing. I don't know if I'll use it again, to be honest with you. However, this glitter, I love this glitter paste so much. And yeah, I just double checked. It says eye and body glitter paste, so I love this. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure, because I was trying to link this the other day in a video, I'm pretty sure you can only buy these together. And honestly, I like both the brow wax and the glitter paste. So these are my two favorite things out of everything in this collection. So if you're curious about anything, this is what I'd recommend. This is pretty on top of shadow. It didn't make it look broken out or cakey. My lids feel pretty dry. It looks beautiful by itself. I love this little glitter paste. It's so cool. And the gloss is only okay. I don't know if I'll really reach for it again just because I have other sparkly glosses that do more, but this also isn't just like a really nice shiny clear gloss. Like, my lips look okay, but they also aren't anything crazy. I don't know. It's all right. So yeah, those were the things that I tried in the new e.l.f. collection and just some of my old products that I've used 1,000 times. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's always fun just hanging out, getting ready with you. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything. I hope you're having a good day. Let me know what your plans are today, or if your day already happened, let me know what you did today. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave me a cat emoji because of this little cutie. And if you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you haven't already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's Beautbean. Follow me on there. I post literally every single day. And don't forget to subscribe as well. I'm posting most days on this platform also. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.